So my biggest mentor has been my dad. When I was like 10 or whatever I was, sending me and my sister and brothers on this course to learn about the power of the mind and the power of positive thinking and learning about visualizations, and he always taught me, decide what you want, write it down. As a teenager, I literally created my first goal folder, which is this thing right here. I remember being about 12 and him sitting me down in front of the TV and putting a videotape in on Jim Rohn. And I was like, who is this old guy? And like, why are you making me watch this? But it was really cool, and he bought me like all these books growing up, and he continues to like buy me books and like help me to expand my thinking and to believe that anything's possible. So I feel like he's just been my mentor, not only in the lessons he's taught me, but just by watching him work. Like, he is the hardest working person that I know. Another person that I feel like positively impacts my life, and I just love everything that she shares and like really on the same wavelength, is actually Michelle Rohr, who is on the FA team and also runs the Secret Owl Society. I'm all about mindset, and she is definitely all about mindset, and like some of the things that she shares about like taking 100% responsibility for your life, and I just find the way she puts things across just really resonates with me. And every time that we chat and she says things, or every time she does a masterclass for us, I'm like, it's the best masterclass ever. I don't know, I just really like the way that she thinks, and I find it really inspiring, and she always gets me thinking. And so yeah, I'd definitely say Michelle. I guess someone else who has been like a more practical mentor is Stu McLaren. So when we started working together in 2015, he helped me from a practical perspective in terms of like learning how to become amazing at launching. He really helped show me what I needed to do in order to be successful at launching, which was just so helpful, because sometimes you just want someone to hold your hand and walk you through it, and he was there for me to do that and to like cheer me on. So that was really helpful. So yeah, my dad, Michelle, and Stu. I think mentors come in all different forms. It could just be from like reading a book and that kind of book or that author being a mentor, but in terms of like physically finding somebody to work really closely with, I think the most important things are to look for people that are doing something you want to be doing, or walking the walk. You know, so for example, when I started working with Stu, he had proven success doing the very thing that I wanted to be successful at. So working with him made complete sense. So if I'm looking to work with a mentor, I look for people who can really help me because they're doing what I want to be doing. And I think, for example, when I really wanted to find Stu, I knew I needed to find a mentor. And I remember I got intentional about it. I set my intention to find the perfect person to work with that would help me to up level. And I got clear on in what way I wanted to up level. I did some research online, and somebody else who I knew ran a successful membership at the time was Michael Hyatt, and so I reached out to Michael Hyatt and sought to see if he had any opportunities or was doing any one-on-one mentoring, and they came back saying no, he didn't have any availability. And I remember talking to a friend and being like, oh, I reached out to Michael Hyatt and he doesn't have any availability, and she was like, well, as it happens, I just heard that his one of like his business partner or strategic partner, Stu McLaren, is finishing up what he's doing and he's going to start mentoring. And I was like, oh, okay. I had no idea who this person was. And so I went on his website, I started emailing him, and I didn't hear back from him for ages, so I kept emailing him. He was in a launch. And eventually he came back to me and I was like, I really want to work with you. And so I ended up then flying to Canada for a one-day session with him. It came about because I got intentional. I began to look, and then I spoke to people about it, and then it kind of all lined up. So even though I didn't work with Michael Hyatt, I worked with Stu, who was the strategic brains behind everything Michael was doing anyway, to an extent. So I think getting intentional and opening up your eyes to the opportunities and the people out there. I think when you do get intentional, it's like the universe has a funny way of bringing the right people into your life at the right time. And it's also like the quote goes, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So I found in my life, whenever I've really wanted to work with a mentor and I've got really intentional, really clear about it, that randomly someone will pop up that just happens to be the perfect person. Like it happened recently. I was really wanting to find someone to work with, and out of the blue got this email through from somebody, and she was over in the UK and she had some VIP days, and I was like, this is so random. And then it was just like, I don't know, just kind of like fell into my inbox at the perfect moment. So just stuff like that happens. So yeah, get intentional.